Everest Base Camp Trek is a destination for travelers who have a desire for trekking higher than above the clouds. For the majority of us, Mount Everest is notable. It is a spectacular trekking route, the nearby viewpoint is remarkable Mount Everest, and there are many other enticing prospects. You may, however, be elusive about trek to the Everest Base Camp. The adventure enthusiasts generally ask, what is the best time for Everest Base Camp trek? We are here to compile when to go for a trek to Everest Base Camp. While flying towards Lukla, you can get a splendid view and landscapes of the eastern Himalayan range. The tea house is likewise one of the fascinations of Everest Base Camp trekking. Monastery, shrines, and Sherpa people with their appealing flags are some of the spectacular views available during this trekking holiday. Everything else about this once-in-a-lifetime trip will fall into place when you determine the best time to trek to Everest Base Camp. It does, however, necessarily require some soul-searching and careful planning. The best time to go Everest Base Camp trek. As mentioned above, there are 4 distinct seasons in Nepal. These distinctive seasons convey distinctive climates or weather. Autumn, September to November. Winter, December to February. Spring, March to May. Summer or monsoon, June to August. Everest Base Camp trek in autumn. Pros and cons. The autumn season starts in September and ends in November, giving a clear climate and holding perfect temperatures. Seldom little tempests may tip snow at high. A fantastic environment with a clear sky offers extraordinary mountain scenery in this season. The pleasant song of babbling brooks and crashing waves fills the rivers along an Everest Base Camp trek during the summer monsoons, offering the perfect calming backdrop for a fall trip. Trail dust is substantially lower in the fall because of the summer rains, making it excellent for hikers who dislike dusty trails. As the clouds dissipate, you'll be greeted with crisp, clear, and stunning mountain vistas. The sky will open up, revealing scenes that look to be from a postcard rather than reality. These perfect weather conditions are also ideal for birdwatching. Migrating birds will return to Africa and lower elevations before the winter arrives. The fall harvest festivals bring to life the varied cultural communities in the surrounding region. You'll see the splendor of little towns lit up for celebrations en route to Everest Base Camp. You may also come across Buddhist monks and Sherpas who have traveled from all around the world to celebrate these auspicious occasions. Autumn is considered the peak or busy season at Everest Base Camp because of all the benefits described above. As a result, these benefits become the most important drawbacks of hiking during this season. The autumn will be considerably busier than the spring. If you're seeking social connections or are traveling alone, you may enjoy meeting like-minded fellow hikers. Just be ready to wait a little longer for good photo opportunities. And make sure you're comfortable with having a few more voices and personalities on the road with you. If crowds aren't your thing, and we understand, spring might be a better fit for you. Everest Base Camp trek in spring. Pros and cons. Although October and November are the most popular months for trekking to Everest Base Camp, this does not mean that autumn is always the best option. The spring trekking season lasts from March to May, and it's a perfect time to visit Everest Base Camp. Because you'll be able to witness the rebirth of spring as it blooms all around you. Trekkers who choose to trek in the autumn will miss out on the beauty of the Everest region reawakening after a long winter's rest. If you trek during this time, you'll get a peek at native animals emerging from their cozy cold weather hideaways. It will feel as if you've stepped into a vivid storybook or nature documentary by sharing the trail with these environments of nature. Spring is unquestionably the best season, with good visibility, stable weather, and comfortable temperatures. The season is also well known for its flowering plants. You'll also see plants emerging from the earth to begin their fresh first blooms of the season, making for idyllic photos you'll love and cherish forever. These trees, flowers, shrubs, and the wildlife they attract may be equally diverse and exciting, unlike anything you've seen before. The trails are usually less crowded in the spring season than in the autumn season. So, if you're searching for a peaceful time in nature, this is the right time to go. There is a high possibility to meet the Everest climbers while you are on a trek to Everest Base Camp. While all of those benefits seem fantastic, there is one potential disadvantage to consider when considering trekking to Everest Base Camp in spring: unpredictable weather. Although average temperatures are in the 70s with mostly dry weather, making it ideal for trekking, afternoon clouds may bring rain to the region. As a result, it's recommended to anticipate largely dry conditions with a little risk of rain later in the day. It's also not unusual for the mist to emerge in the spring, obstructing visibility and clouding the spectacular views, particularly below 10,000 feet. Although these circumstances do not usually happen, you should be aware that it's possible. We can neither control Mother Nature nor would we want to. In the spring, on the other hand, the clear, deep blue sky brings fewer flight cancellations and travel delays. If you only have a limited amount of time to travel, this information may be beneficial. Everest Base Camp Trek in winter. Winter is the season to have snowfall in the high Himalayas. It's guaranteed to be cool at the night in the wake of having snow at a high altitude. However, in the daytime, it offers a blue sky and a crisp morning. This season conveys the less number of trekkers on the trails moderately. Trekking trails like Everest Base Camp Trek, Annapurna Circuit Trek, Annapurna Sanctuary Trek, and other short treks are still doable in winter. It conveys perfect visibility and stable conditions at high elevation but is cold in the morning, evening, and night. But you should prepare for the prevention of cold by taking the proper gear and clothes. Everest Base Camp Trek in summer. Summer season is otherwise called the wet and warm season. It is a summer season that offers minimal sweltering nearly and damps. The circumstances are honored for the sharp as the higher valleys and knolls bloom with blossoms and abundant vegetation. The atmosphere and temperature condition additionally stay best to trek. You can likewise trek in December, January, and February, however, it will be extremely frosty at a higher elevation. The temperature diminishes up to 20 degrees Celsius to 30 degrees Celsius whenever the snow may fall. Trekkers additionally ought to have significant involvement of height and very much kept up the gears. That's why, examining and considering, my exceptional top peak trekking months to go to October and November. If you don't want to get wet but still want to go trekking in summer, we have another option for you in the rain shadow areas, where little rainfall gets it all. The most rewarding summer treks in Nepal are Dolpo Trek, Upper Mustang, and Limi Valley Trek. Prepare for the Everest Base Camp Trek. If you are thinking of an Everest Base Camp Trek, begin arranging and building your physical quality and stamina. It can help you to an ever-increasing extent. You will get the fantasy to venture into a comparative perspective of Mount Everest, conveying your imagination to reality. You can gather data increasingly from now about the Everest Base Camp Trek to have a sweet and satisfying trek. As we are a local trekking agency, we do provide all the vital data to you alongside the trekking methods and some training as we give you the various packages of various lengths to trek. You don't have to stress. You will give the best and most experienced guide and all the needed practical information and packing lists while trekking to the Everest Base Camp. Catch the best snapshots of your existence with the pinnacle of the world along this trekking can be your best involvement and a unique experience of your life. Now, you get all about the best season to trek to Everest Base Camp, and no confusion to choose your favorable seasons. Himalayan Exploration is here to deliver you the lifetime experience of the adventure. Thank you for watching.